Group 3, the Law of Treaties.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to Dr. Ratna and fellow friends. Hi, we are from Group 3, and the topic given to Group 3 is the Law of Treaties. As we all know, treaties is one of the main sources of international law, and it holds an eminent position in international law. The Vienna Convention on Law of Treaties, also known as the VCLT, was drafted by the International Law Commission of the United Nations and took force in January 27, 1980. Some of the importance of VCLT is that it lays out some fundamentals as to how treaties are to operate and take form. Case number 1, armed activities on the territory of the Congo involving Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. The general principle for this case is about the procedure to be followed in operation of a treaty. For the second case, disputes regarding navigational and related rights involving Costa Rica and Nicaragua. The general principle for this case is the interpretation of treaties.
Case number 1, armed activities on the territory of the Congo.
On 28 May 2002, the Congo had instituted proceedings against Rwanda in respect of a dispute concerning massive, serious, and flagrant violations of human rights and of international humanitarian law, alike to have been committed in breach of the International Bill of Human Rights, other relevant international instruments, and mandatory resolution of the United Nations Security Council. The Congo maintains that the 1969 Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties gives the court jurisdiction to settle disputes arising from the violation of peremptory norms, jus cogens, in the area of human rights, as those norms are reflected in a number of international instruments.
There are two articles under the VCLT that were referred to in this case, namely Article 65 and Article 66. Article 65 stated procedures to be followed with respect to invalidity, termination, withdrawal from, or suspension of the operation of a treaty. In Article 65, paragraph 3 stated, if however there has been some objection raised by any other party, then these parties need to seek solution stated in Article 33 of the Charters of the United Nations. In Article 66 stated, procedures for judicial settlement, arbitration, and conciliation. In accordance to paragraph 3 of Article 65, if there has been no solution reached within a period of 12 months following the date on which the objection was raised, then these states need to follow certain procedures to settle the issues.
The court considers that Article 66 of the Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties must be read in conjunction with Article 65 entitled Procedure to be followed with respect to invalidity, termination, withdrawal from, or suspension of the operation of a treaty. It observes that Congo does not maintain at the present time that there is a dispute which could not be resolved under the procedure prescribed in Article 65 of the Vienna Convention between Congo and Rwanda concerning a conflict between a treaty and peremptory norm of international law, and that the object of Article 66 is not to allow for the substitution of the judicial settlement, arbitration, and conciliation procedures under the Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties for the settlement machinery for disputes relating to the interpretation or application of specific treaties, notably when a violation of those treaties has been alleged.
Case number 2, dispute regarding navigational and related rights.
On 29 September 2005, Costa Rica brought a case against Nicaragua before the International Court of Justice (ICJ), claiming that Nicaragua imposed a number of restrictions on the navigations of the Costa Rican boats and their passengers on the San Juan River in violations of the 1858 Treaties of Limits. It was not contested that the sections of San Juan River belongs to Nicaragua, since the border lies on the Costa Rican banks, with Costa Rica possessing a right of free navigation. However, the parties differs as to the precise extent of those rights. The case at hand is related to recurring border disputes between Costa Rica and Nicaragua in recent years. This dispute arose from an 1858 treaty, according to which the San Juan River belongs to Nicaragua, while the Costa Rica has commercial access to the river. The drafting of the treaty has led to many different interpretations. In determining the type of navigations conferred on Costa Rica by the 1858 Treaty of Limits between the states, the ICJ was required to interpret the phrase con objetos de comercio in the treaty. Nicaragua argued for a narrow interpretation of the phrase so that the navigation rights only extended to vessels carrying commercial objects as opposed to journey for the purpose of commerce.
The principle derived from this case is the interpretation of treaty. Article 31 of VCLT shows the basic rule of treaty interpretation. The most fundamental rule can be found under Article 31 in bracket 1, which shows that a treaty should be interpreted in good faith in accordance with the ordinary meaning given to the term of the treaty in their context and in light of object and purpose. Other provisions under Article 31 provide the specific meaning of context and additional related guidance. ICJ found that Costa Rica had the right of free navigation on San Juan River for the purpose of commerce, including the transport of passengers and tourists. ICJ also found that Nicaragua can impose regulations. From this, ICJ concluded that both these countries did not violate or breach the treaty that they have signed. Additionally, ICJ needed to interpret the phrase con objetos de comercio, which was stated under Article 6 of the Treaty of Limits signed by Costa Rica and Nicaragua. The ICJ found that both these parties were in disagreement to the meaning of the phrase. ICJ need to determine whether the phrase con objetos de means for the purpose of as Costa Rica contents or with the articles of as Nicaragua contents. The court disagreed to Nicaragua's interpretation because the meaning with articles to the phrase con objetos is not coherent to the entire sentence where the phrase appears. The court agrees to Costa Rica's interpretation and it allows the entire sentence to be given a coherent meaning. It finds that the expression con objetos de comercio means for the purpose of commerce. The ICJ has to determine the meaning of the word commercial so that the exact extent of right of free navigation can be defined. Firstly, ICJ notes that the word commercial is a generic term referring to class of activities. Secondly, it points out that the treaty was intended to create a legal regime characterized by its perpetuity. From this, the court infers comercio must be understood to having meaning it bears on the treaties it is applied to and not necessarily to its original meaning. The court accordingly finds that the right of free navigation applies to the transport of people as well as transport of goods.
That's all from us. Thank you.